Now that we've discussed unemployment types, frictional, structural, and cyclical, we can calculate the unemployment rate. So this will demonstrate how to calculate the unemployment rate and also to explore how it's possible that more people can be employed, yet the unemployment rate can also go up. It has to do with how many workers join the labor force and how many of those additional workers become employed, how many become unemployed. Calculating the unemployment rate in September of 2003, the civilian labor force was 146,545,000. It's very common to leave off 3 zeros or even 6 zeros when you're dealing with large numbers because one additional observation doesn't really amount to much. So the civilian labor force was 146,545,000. Of that, 137,573,000 were employed. Taking the civilian labor force minus the number of workers employed gives us the number of workers who are unemployed, which is 8,973,000. To calculate the unemployment rate, you take the number of unemployed workers and divide it by the civilian labor force population. From our notes, we should remember that that is the number of Americans who are willing and able to work. It is not the population of the United States, because many people are not in the labor force for reasons discussed in the notes. So if we divide 8,973,000 by 146,545,000, we will get an unemployment rate of 6.1%. Now, in October, the labor force increased, and so did the number of people who had jobs. The number of people who were unemployed went down. We should expect from that the unemployment rate would fall. And if you divide the number of people unemployed, 8,779,000, by the labor force of 146,793,000, you get an unemployment rate of 6%. In our next example, though, we're going to assume the next month's numbers. And let's say the civilian labor force increases by 14 million. And let's say the number of workers employed goes up by 2 million. Of the 20 million, of that 14 million, 20,000 did not get work. So 20 million did not get work. And so as a result, the unemployment rate, when we divide 20 by 160, we'll get 12.5%. So it is possible that the number of people employed goes up, but the unemployment rate will fall. And it has to do with what percentage of the increase in the labor force becomes unemployed compared to what percentage becomes employed.